Hello everyone, welcome to a little demo of my game that I made in submission to the June Solstice Game Jam over at dev.2. It's called Turing Complete, and I've decided to, as you can see from the title, I've decided to theme it around Alan Turing in celebration of his contributions to humanity, which, seems especially relevant with all the AI stuff since he's often coined as the father of artificial intelligence. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna click on main menu. Again, this is just gonna be a quick demo. I'm gonna skip past a lot of the cutscenes and lore. If you wanted to try it out yourself, you can go over to this website, or you can just pause the video. Okay, so I'm gonna click start. We get a little cutscene here. The officers basically telling us, okay, the Enigma machine is too powerful. There are monsters, data monsters running around the city. You know, the only way to stop it is to fix the bomb, which is historically that's what Alan Turing was working on during the World War. Uh, so yeah, he tells me the bomb is in the giant building at the northwest corner of the city. All right, cool. And then Alan talks to himself. Okay, my Turing machine should be able to help fix things. That's it. That's a spoiler. Uh, the Turing machine is gonna be the center of all the gameplay mechanics here. Okay. You use it to progress forward until you reach the end state. Okay. Uh, so, but the Turing machine needs blank tapes to run. If you ever looked up the way how a Turing machine would work conceptually, that's how it is. So Enigma has scattered the blank tapes. I need to run it. Okay, sure. I need the blank tapes to run it. Okay. I think there's one where the officer was, which there is. So I am going to collect it and then head inside my base. Okay, I'm gonna collect it. Boom. As you can see, I got one now. I got one blank tape. I am going to enter the building. And here's my Turing machine. Ignore the terrible pixel art. Uh, I'm gonna click E. As you can see, the interact button lights up. I'm gonna click E, and Alan talks to himself again through combinations. Okay, so here is the Turing machine. There are three total slots, but I currently only have one. So at most, I can only place a blank, a 0, and a 1 with no other combination. Okay, but I only have a one blank tape, and I don't know how else I would get uh, 0 tape and 1 tape, and yeah, and this one. So I guess I'll put this here, and oh, I unlocked the build. It's called the printer room. I guess I'll build that. I'm assuming that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna use to unlock the other tapes, 0 and 1. Okay. And so I enter the building mode, and I can place it anywhere adjacent to my original build, and boom. Alan says to himself again, the printer is built. Now I need to find more blank tapes out in the world to keep it running. Okay, yeah, as you can see, I have no more tapes, and like I said, the Turing machine is essential for progress, and I don't have any. Right, so I should head over to this thing, check it out. I see. So I need this printer to actually generate tapes other than the blank ones, 1 and 0. But I don't have any more blank tapes, so I can't. So I guess I should start collecting, right? Okay, I should go outside, and as you can see, at first I only had this one cell of building here, but since I built the printer, I got this one. Pretty cool. So let's try to collect our second tape. Let's maybe go to the park right here. There's a lot of holes. Let's go to this park, and we see a couple of tapes roaming around. Boom, we collect one, and let's see what we can do with this. Let's enter our building and let's actually print. Which one should we print? Let's print one. Let's print one. Boom, and we get it. Let's see what we get. with 1. We can place 0. We can place 1 though. What we get? Oh, we got upgrade. We can upgrade our Turing machine to tier 2. Let's see what that does. Boom. And tier 2. So that's basically the core gameplay. I'm gonna cheat a little bit so I don't have to collect all the other blank tapes. I'm gonna press X. You won't get to do this because I will remove it. I'm gonna press X to get unlimited tapes, and let's see what else we can do. Okay, so I'm not gonna collect any more tapes because it's gonna take a while. Let's see. Let's explore. And yep, as you can see, we cannot go past this bridge. But so what can we do? It looks like if I approach the bridge, or at least these gate things, the interact button lights up. So I guess I'll press that, and it's a broken bridge and it requires a bridge fixer. Sure. And like I said, everything is centered the uh, around the around the Turing machine. So I guess I'll try everything. Uh, let's try again. I know the combination, so this is gonna be really easy for me. I believe it's 1 and 0 for a bridge fixer. Yes, there we go. And just so we don't waste time, I'm gonna upgrade again. Typically, you'd collect blank tapes first, but I cheated, so boom, bridge fixer. And I also know I'm eventually going to need a uh here we go, the bomb fixer, and I don't remember what else. I think I also need a building unlocker. Yes, there we go. And boom. Now before we end the game, I actually wanted to show you, like, in a typical gameplay, you can press I and look at the quest. We have our main quest. We also have our side quests, which are optional. Okay, I could go around the world and collect all the blank tapes, and here, if you remember at the beginning of the scene, the officer told us about some data monsters running around. So we also have defeat all data monsters, which is really cool here. I'm gonna introduce you to a battle mechanic. If I approach one here, here's what the monster looks like. Again, sorry for this terrible pixel art. If I approach one, I'm gonna get into a battle scene, and again, everything is themed around the Turing machine. So this battle is gonna be themed around the Turing machine. Okay, here's how it works. Okay, you have rule books, just like the conceptual Turing machine. You have a rule book of what the Turing machine will do when it reads a tape value, 0, 1, or blank, and every value, and what the Turing machine does will when it reads a value will depend on what kind of state it is in. So currently there's only two states, stable and hot. Okay, so if the Turing machine is in the state of stable and it reads a 1, it will deal damage to the enemy, and it will switch to the hot state. Okay, so if it is in this hot state and it reads a 1, you take damage. So that's bad. That's why it's red. Okay, that's it. That's basically it. So if I gotta remember this because it's gonna disappear when I start the battle. Okay, so it looks like when it's stable, I want to place a 1 or a 5. I don't want to. Excuse me. I don't want to leave it at blank because that's gonna the enemy is going to hit. I especially don't want the machine to scan 1 because I will take 10 damage. So 0 is basically safe for me, but I gotta make sure that that I don't get hit by a 1 when it's hot. Okay, so that's it. That's basically the rules, and once you memorize that, you can I'll show you. Okay, I'll click got it, and the battle will start. Okay, I can drag the tape values here, and I can determine the flow of the battle here. Boom, it switches, blah blah blah. You know, you can place your tapes on the right side of the header, and once the head reaches reads a value, it's gonna do something based on our rules. Okay, so I can change the tide of battle depending on how smart I place these tapes before the head reads it. Basically, I'm gonna try to win actually here. I took a little bit of damage. I'm gonna place one here. I know this cools it. Boom. Okay, so I got one blank tape. Very cool. Alright, so let's actually finish the game here. So that was fun. So if I look over at I defeated one. Very cool. Okay, so I had the bridge fixer. I can use it. Boom, and there we go. I unlocked the next area, and let's explore a little bit. There's this stuff. There's some blank tapes laying around. You can explore and get all of them. And there's another data monster if I wanted to defeat them, but I'm not gonna do that. That's gonna take too long. And let's actually finish the game. The officer at the beginning mentioned that the bomb machine is on the northwest corner of the map. So let's do that. Seems like I can enter this building. Yes, we got the building unlocker. Very cool. And then we press interact and we get inside. And then here is the bomb machine. I can interact with it and boom, I can fix it, and the officer comes along. You did it, Alan. The bomb is running again. Humanity is lucky to have you on its side. We should never let narrow thinking dim the light of your work. The world is in your debt. Boom. Game over. So that's it. You can continue building if you wanted to, but that's pretty much the game. You can finish the side quest if you wanted. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you appreciate this because it was an amazing experience for me learning phaser, which is the framework this game was made with, and of course celebrating Alan Turing. We owe a lot to this guy.